Hello everyone. I wanted to share an important step of my process with you and also an important part of the class because it had been a long time since I worked with paper clay and I forgot how wet it stays. So my first piece is still so wet that I haven't taken it out of the mold, and that was on Thursday, so it's been in here for like 4 days. I put it in front of the heater, I mean, not too close, but far away. I also used a fan, and then I realized I just need to restart. And that happens. That happens. Art is also creative problem solving, and there are often problems that we have to solve, whether it's a new material, um, or for whatever reason the material's just not working with you, or even in a composition or something that you're trying to create in your imagination. And for whatever reason, it just may not be going as planned. Um, and that happens. And it's okay. It's okay. Um, I think that that is why practicing art teaches resiliency, because it's the ability to say, well, all right, this isn't working, but let me learn from that. Well, number one, it stays really wet. So the next batch, I squeezed a lot more water out of it, and I used a little more flour. And I tried a different style of mold. So on this mold, the piece is on the outside, and it's more exposed to the air. And that really helped this dry. So I made this piece 2 days ago, and it's already dry and ready to take out of this mold. Wow. So a big difference in process between the two pieces. And then this smaller piece I sculpted just as I was getting to know the paper clay better. So, I took an extra piece here and I just kind of made like a little pinch pot out of it. And I wanted to see how thin can it get before it really cracks, and just get a feel for it. And it is fairly thick because the clay needs to stick together. And I wanted to try to do something a little more delicate, but still have it hold up. So this is going to have a little electric lantern in here, and so I'm hoping that these will show light. And that was my plan here as well. So this week I'm adding an extra discussion. And it's okay if you're a little late because this was not in the syllabus and I'm adding this in. But this is really to help your process. If we were in the studio together, I would be walking around and, talking with you about your work. And we'd have an opportunity to problem solve together. And with your other students as well. I'm not the only creative mind in the class. You're all really talented and brilliant. So, many of your classmates will have some ideas that might even be better than mine. So I'm adding a process critique. And it's okay if your piece is in the middle. You could even still be, I'm making the clay. This critique is going to be about process and about problem solving. So we want to talk about, what challenges are you encountering and how can we help you? And we're going to do that in smaller groups. So I'm going to break the group down, the class, for this critique into smaller groups so that you can talk with each other, help each other, and so that I can also, and to give you some feedback and some ideas, okay? So that we can all, get to the finish line together and work together as a group. And that's also one of the best critiques possible. So it's much more productive. There's a goal there. The goal is to help everybody get better. So it's much more positive and friendly style of critique, not like the ones that we see on television. So, critique in art is really a way to problem solve. It's really a way to make the art the best it can be, um, and to learn more about what you're making. So I hope this helps. I'm going to add that in for Wednesday. And then the final piece you'll still have, over the weekend to submit the final piece. And it'll just be worth 40 points, and I'll give you some time if you need some time. And it can be your process, not the finished piece. We want to see, like, where you are. If you're making the clay, if you're figuring out the mold, if you're trying to take the piece out of the mold. I've got to be very delicate with this to get this back out of the mold, and really take your time. So wherever you are in your process, and we'll use that to work together and to help each other. Okay, all right, I hope you're having fun with the paper clay, and I'll see you soon in that process critique. That'll be a great place for me to give you some helpful tips and solutions. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.